AI is on track to create an absolutely staggering amount of wealth. But the big question is, who's going to own it? Today, we're diving into a really powerful blueprint for our economic future, one that's designed to make sure we all get a piece of the action.
Okay, so let's jump right in. This is a pretty stark warning from Dario Amodei, and he's the CEO of Anthropic, one of the biggest AI labs in the world. He's not talking about some far-off sci-fi future. He's saying, look, this massive wave of change is right there on the horizon. We can all see it coming, but a lot of people are still trying to pretend it's just a little ripple.
And this number really puts that scale into perspective. We're talking about research that projects up to 80% of jobs today could be either fully automated or just fundamentally changed by AI. And that's within the next 10 to 15 years. This isn't just about factory jobs anymore, you know? It's creative work, professional services, the kind of cognitive tasks we thought were safe.
So what happens if we do nothing? What if we just let this tsunami hit without building any kind of seawall? Well, we risk drifting into a brand new economic system, and some people have a name for it: Technofeudalism.
And this slide really gets to the heart of it. It shows this massive power shift. For centuries, your bargaining chip, your economic power came from your labor, your skills, the work you could do. But in what some are calling a post-labor economy, that leverage just, well, it vanishes. Power shifts almost entirely to the people who own the capital, the AI systems, the data centers, the algorithms themselves.
And this is where it gets really serious, because this creates a crisis for our entire society. I mean, think about it. Pensions, public health care, schools, our whole social safety net is built on one foundation: taxing a working population. When that foundation starts to crumble, the whole structure is in danger of coming down with it. Okay, so let's shift gears and talk about the solution. If the new source of power is ownership, then maybe the most direct, most empowering path forward is to turn every single citizen into a co-owner of this new AI economy.
And this brings us to a really crucial idea. You've probably heard of universal basic income, or UBI. That's a form of redistribution. You let the AI companies make billions, tax them, and then hand some of it back. But universal basic capital, UBC, is totally different. It's about pre-distribution. It's about making everyone a shareholder from day one, giving us all a direct stake in the actual machines that are generating the wealth.
So here's the bottom line. The conversation can't just be about handouts or a safety net. If we want to avoid something like techno-feudalism, we have to tackle the root of the problem, which is power. And in this new economy, power flows directly from ownership, period.
Now, this might sound like a pretty radical idea, but it's not just a theory. There's actually a practical, proven blueprint for how to do this. We just need to take a model that already exists and adapt it for the age of AI.
We can look right at sovereign wealth funds. For decades, places like Alaska and Norway have done this successfully. They took the profits from a shared natural resource, oil, and instead of just letting a few companies get rich, they used these funds to share the wealth with every single citizen. It's a proven model of collective ownership.
And the results? They're just staggering. Take the Norwegian fund. It has generated enough wealth to equal about 340,000 euros for every single man, woman, and child in the country. This isn't some small annual check. It's a fundamental shift in who owns the nation's wealth.
So here's how you apply that to AI. It's a simple, three-step cycle. First, the state, acting for all of us, invests. It buys stakes in the core AI infrastructure, the data centers, the chip manufacturers, and in the top AI companies. Second, as the AI economy explodes, the fund makes a profit. And third, you distribute those profits directly to every citizen as a dividend.
But there's a huge challenge here. Trying to get something this ambitious off the ground faces one massive hurdle. And it brings a real sense of urgency to this whole thing.
We are living through a critical mismatch. Technology, especially AI, is moving at an exponential pace. It's getting twice as powerful, twice as fast all the time. But our political systems, our laws, our social institutions, they move at a slow, plodding, linear pace. And the gap between that rocket ship and the person walking on the ground is getting wider every single day.
And that growing gap means we're in a race against time. You can't build a national fund like this overnight. It takes political will, it takes time. But the AI revolution isn't waiting for us to catch up. The decisions we make, or honestly, the decisions we fail to make, in the next few years will probably lock in the economic reality for generations to come.
So here's the crucial takeaway. This transition to a post-labor economy, it's not something that's just going to happen to us. It's something we have to actively design. And the central design choice? The one fundamental question we all have to answer is about ownership. Are we going to let all this incredible new wealth get concentrated in the hands of a tiny few, or are we going to build a future where everyone is a co-owner?